Previously on Unranked.
Okay, we could spend the whole episode, I think, going over this picture.
On the... He's throwing balls in my face.
So I'm still going to get the care coverage, but be down here working.
Yeah, and then he mentioned something about himself, and we were like, oh, apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
Fucking wants to make a tort or something? The whole kitchen's fucked.
I know, Brooke.
I will tell you, straight out, I have not broken triple digit.
Season
Blind.
6 of Love is Blind, yeah. And let me tell you
That
about
is
some fucking
all
whiplash.
God.
over my TikTok right now. All
Love
I
is
get
Blind,
is
season
Love is
6.
Blind.
We should have, like, technical difficulties music. Or,
Oh.
like, that's like, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
Tuna, you know how Chris always says, like, he becomes the snack man when he's stoned? I saw the snack man in full force.
Cometh.
Every opportunity we had, we stopped for food.
This is two gingers at the cliffs of Dover, maybe? Skibbity skibbity boop boop skibbity boop boop.
Like a freaking switch went off, and we are now in terrible twos. I mean, it is no longer. No longer.
What?
Oh yeah.
September what?
26th.
You
Just wearing the
jingling
same
right now?
shirt.
Oh.
Yeah, what's going? Yeah, that was. A
What are
little
you saying? What are you...
sick.
26th. 6th.
Oh boy.
Coming out September 26th.
We'll,
sick.
we'll leave it there.
Is this going to be a weekly
Hello,
thing?
and welcome to the 390th episode
What?
of the Unranked podcast.
Doo-doo and Shart.
Shart.
That was
More Shart.
hilarious. That was
Wait, so is
fucking
this going to happen every week?
Yeah, I
How did
feel
you
like
even get the idea for that?
we're on. I got high.
What do you mean? How did you get the idea for that?
It was previously on Lost, but it was just
Previously on.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Is it the end of a season or something?
It's 1 year from the first previously
No
on.
way.
No, it's
Lost.
not.
Yes, it is.
No.
This
No,
completes.
way.
it's
This week
not.
completes 1 year of previously on Unranked. Yes.
No.
Yes.
I feel like you just started doing it.
Nope.
I feel like you literally just started doing this. Like, not even.
That's crazy.
No, it's not.
It is.
Was that, how many of them was that?
I don't know, probably like a dozen. It's probably like
Oh,
a dozen
okay.
clips. At one point, my original idea, and I didn't have all of them saved, so I had to download a couple, and then I decided to stop because I only had like 30 of the 52. And I was like, I'm not downloading another 22 episodes from
No,
the
yeah,
YouTube
yeah.
channel to do it.
Yeah.
But originally, I was like, what if I just did a big wall of all of them playing at the same time?
Oh, my goodness.
But I knew how annoying that would sound, so that worked better, I thought.
I would love to
This
hear
doesn't-
from
this-
the listeners.
Alex can't believe it.
I
like you
feel
just started it like only a couple months ago.
But remember,
feel-
it was a surprise to all of us when the
It was.
first week of August rolled around, and I was like, new season. We were like, wait, what? And it snuck up on us, and then I was like, well, I got to do something new, and then this kicked off in August.
I want to hear from the listeners because I don't really know what listener feedback is for previously on. It has become a staple of the show. I can't even imagine the show without it now at this point. And
Same.
I watching all those back was like, I was like, I can't believe every week is just like the clown show. Like it really is just like, I was like, this is so entertaining. We're like traditional court jesters. We're just fucking buffoons. This is like this is like some Carl thing where it's like, give 3 monkeys a microphone. Anyway, wow, a year, crazy.
I feel like you made it up. I feel like you just started this in like March. Does not
Time,
feel
man.
like, yeah.
There was also some like funny, weird stuff in there. Like, remember when I was doing the treadmill for a while?
Oh,
And
right.
I
Yeah,
was-
the treadmill.
When
You were
we
next
went,
to me,
we were in person. That one clip where we're in the same room. Chris is walking up the treadmill, and I'm standing
Oh my
next to him.
God. So stupid.
and I had to put the mustache in there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's the 441st episode now of the Unranked podcast. Welcome to the
It
show.
sure is.
I am Christian Humes. We have Alex Tuna Marinello and
Hi.
Thomas, the great Pratom Caswell.
What's up, kids?
I warned you ahead of the show. I was like, this is a long one, but there's really no other way to do that than it being a long intro.
That was good. Did they work? Are they going back? They're going backwards through time, or
Somewhat. There were one or two. I put one or two of the more recent ones a little bit farther back
middle.
than they should be, just because I felt like they would work better not being, but they're primarily in order. Yeah. So let's just jump into it.
Yep.
We got a Pokemon to talk about, which, by the way, 107 Pokemon in this generation, which means in just a couple of weeks, we are halfway through this generation and halfway through season 4.
Season 4 show.
Season 4
series.
We're in the 8th saga.
Okay, right. Okay.
Yeah. We're in the first series. Series 2 will be next year. We're in the 8th saga.
Okay.
Sagas are years. Series are years within seasons.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thing.
Okay.
If you can make head or tail of that, let us know.
Yeah.
I wrote it out at one point, and it all I have it somewhere. I have the note where each one is specifically broken down. Today we were talking about Chatot. Alex, if I told you the Pokemon name was Chatot, what would you tell me you think it is? Chatot.
Chatot. I would think it's like a chat GPT.
Huh.
Like every move is unique. It just spews out phrases that are made up by AI against its opponent. It just makes up a story about what it's going to do every single move.
Okay. It's a parakeet, or it's a parrot. It's a little parrot.
Oh, wait a sec.
What's up? You bringing it up, Tom? Or
Oh yeah, dude. I
you
love
missed a
this
Pokemon
thing.
last week, or what's going on?
I love this thing.
Yeah, it's a good little poke. It's a good little poke. No evolution, so it's single line Pokemon. Before Alex gets to its name etymology, let me just describe it for you. It looks like a bird. It looks like a little tropical bird. It's got a green body. It's got a blue wing, little white crest on the chest. It's got yellow chest, white frill, but then its head is shaped like a music note. It's black. It's got a pink beak, yellow feet, and another one of the metronome. What would you call that piece on the metronome that goes back and forth?
The metronome.
The metronome.
Like that is the metronome.
Oh, okay. I would have thought the metronome itself was the whole mechanism.
It is. Like, I think it is, but also that element of it is the metronome part. I don't know.
Okay. Well, the tail looks like the pendulum of the metronome.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. It looks like it could be in a Fruit Loops commercial.
It absolutely could be in a Fruit Loops commercial.
It could.
This could definitely be a mascot for a cereal, for sure.
So Chatot may be a combination of chat and parrot.
Love that.
I thought you were going to say tot, to be honest.
I did say tot.
No, when you said a combination of chat and tot.
Oh, yeah, well.
Tater tots.
That's right.
We got a lot to do today.
There's a half we do. We will have to move.
We got a lot to cover. We got to move.
I got very little to talk about, so that's easy.
I don't really have a lot to talk about either.
That's great. Then we're going to get right into the meat. Chatot is an avian Pokemon similar to a parakeet. So there you go. Pokemon's tongue is similar to humans, allowing it to imitate human speech. Can also mimic the cries of other Pokemon and use this as a defense mechanism. So interesting Pokemon for the animated series. For the games where all you do is battle and you don't ever see any of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Not having an evolution, it's not a great Pokemon.
Yeah.
It is flying type, at least. It is at least a flying type Pokemon.
So what are we thinking in terms of where it ranks? Because
Well,
it
let's see what
looks
Legends of
cool.
Arceus has to say about it. A versatile performer skilled in imitation of human speech, it said that older, more experienced Chatot can even understand the meaning of the words they mimic. So that means they can, like Meowth, actually speak.
Hmm.
Where are you thinking, Alex, while I pull this list up?
Middle range. Middle, high, middle,
Mm.
high, middle. I kind of like the design. I don't like that.
I think it missed a trick with not having a evolution, and
I
I know I
agree.
shouldn't count it against it, but like head's a music note, make it the double music note. You know, like there's a lot of fun stuff that they could have done with the design
Hmm.
where it's like all the potential is in this motherfucker. Let me look at the notes. It is all in the design, right?
Yeah, I mean, I do think it. See, the problem I have with it is that you wouldn't necessarily use it a lot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I'm willing to put it. I'm willing to start the bidding
start it.
at like a
Say it with me
20,
on the same time.
at like a
20.
25.
Dude,
Wow.
boom.
We may
Right
have a
there.
majority consensus
Yeah.
Right behind Rampardos.
because
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, my eyes immediately went when you said the middle. I looked at the list and I saw Floatzel 23 and I said, this is not better than Floatzel.
No.
And then I was like, it's also not better than Rampardos. However,
Mm-hmm.
I'd say it's on par with Drifloon.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
100%. This isn't the
Yeah.
Drifloon
Yeah.
Diaspora.
Yeah.
I would
Diaspora.
probably
However you
myself
pronounce it.
maybe go below Drifloon and above Driflin. But we're splitting hairs in my opinion. I don't really
Yeah,
care. If you guys are like, this goes above Drifloon, then let's put it at 25.
Perfect.
I love it. I love that.
All
We
right.
are now
There we go.
so we are at that Pokemon 55. So actually I was wrong. We are more than halfway through this season, that means. Which, by the way, that tells you how long we've been doing this generation. It's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
we're 55 Pokemon in.
Fuck.
It's a lot of
Wait, that
Pokemon,
means we've
man.
been okay. Okay.
We've been doing
Uh,
it for over a year. Yeah.
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 Okay. Okay. So, what's been going on? So listen, people, I've been watching Lupin the Third.
Yeah.
And if you want to know why I'm watching Lupin the Third, it's because I immensely enjoyed the Castle of Cagliostro, which we will be talking about during the post show because we are doing a Miyazaki rewatch. So there you have it. That's number one. That's the first thing I wanted to say. Lupin the Third, part one is what I'm watching right now. Not dubbed. I'm watching it subtitled. Um, it's like a, I don't know, Scooby-Doo with guns. So, but like better. I just really like it. So I'm really enjoying it. Next thing I wanted to talk about, and I think this might be a controversial, I think this might, I don't know. So I played Thank Goodness You're Here. Um, I I don't want to use these strong words.
Okay, here we go.
I didn't
This
like
is
it.
coming in so hot.
I didn't like it at all. Did I?
Wow.
And I don't, and I hate when people do this, like when they ask themselves questions and then answer them, but I'm going to do it anyway. Did I
Sure.
think it was really funny? Yes. Did I think it was unique? Yeah. Did I think that I enjoyed the storyline and the things that were happening during the game? Sure. Is it a game? No. Done. Period. End of sentence. It's
I mean,
not a video
it's
game.
mechanically it is
It
you're
is.
doing very little. You are playing
You are
through
doing
like a
nothing.
TV show. You're playing through an animated thing.
You are doing next to nothing in this game.
Yeah,
Next
that's
to
mostly
nothing.
true. Yeah,
You
that's
could have
mostly
made
true.
this a TV show or like I don't even know what. Like it's its own thing.
Yeah,
Web series.
Web
I mean, that's
whatever.
why I said it's like you're just playing it, and like you're not. I mean, I even said like the thing I said about it was, as the guy who always says gameplay is king, like this, because it's doing the thing that I think is really enjoyable so well, I'm willing to forego the fact that I think that there's really no game there.
There's no game, period. And I'm actually I'm not to the point where I'm pissed that I spent the money on this because I
Sure.
still enjoyed myself. but I think
Yeah.
this could have been like a $5. Like I don't think the price
Oh, wow.
point. It's a little
Yeah, but when you look at
little
like the
high.
voice actors and all that stuff, like that's
Yeah,
where that money
that's fun.
goes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know, but I almost want to be like these guys got to write a TV show or something. I'll watch the shit out of that. Like, but this was not a video game. Like, this was the last thing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever played a video game that I've done less in
I
my life.
wish they could have made the game stuff more of a game, and then it would have been like a home run video game. I
Yeah.
finished it this week also, and
Is it not like a WarioWare-esque experience? I didn't get around to playing
look,
it.
okay, it is, but
No.
it's not like with fail states. It's like it's very, very simple and easy. You
No,
are
but it is.
just kind of directing the scenes forward by moving your character to where he needs to go. Like
There's no thinking involved.
yeah,
Zero
there's no thinking involved.
thinking
No.
involved.
No.
There's one part where it's like, can you get this soup from a shelf? Okay.
Yeah.
You're on the bottom shelf. All you're doing is holding your control stick to the right, watching, and then you just watch him walk. And then, but he does things that are funny. And like we stop the action to get to a little bit of a cutscene, whatever, and then you go back. But you are just holding the stick to the right.
You're watching
it.
a movie that you're interacting with from time to time is what you're doing. Yeah. But it's good is the thing. It's funny.
Good. It is. It's funny.
The characters
enjoyed...
I mean, I'm pretty sure like I feel like you might agree with how I described it as like it's Carl Pilkington's estate with like Hey Arnold like characters. Like it is a bunch of just weird dudes hanging around.
Yes, I agree. And it's great. And that's why I was like, you know, I didn't just flat out I didn't want to use the H word to say that I hated this game.
It's just not a good game.
It's not a game. Like I had a really fun. It's not a fucking game. Like I had a great time.
You got to play it now, Tom.
I
Because Brooke would like it too with the people that are in it with the voice acting.
It's really good. The voice acting is great. It's really funny.
Have you guys ever played? I don't think either of you did. Have you guys either of you played Florence?
No.
Chris, are you aware of what Florence is? The mobile game?
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna see what it looks like, but no.
It's kind of like an interactive comic, but it like one indie game of the year.
No,
like
I'm not aware of this. No.
Yeah, it's like a 40-minute interactive comic where it's going from panel to panel, and the gameplay is tapping on elements like Florence walks down the street and starts singing, and musical notes come up, and you tap them to make the tune play. And so it was simple stuff like that. It lasted about 40 minutes. This game won awards out the fucking wazoo. And I really enjoyed it. And it was actually one that I played with, I had Brooke play because I was like, it's 30 minutes, like $1 or whatever. So it sounds a lot like that. And I agree to an extent that I'm like, yeah, I get the, like, it isn't a game, but it sounds like the experience of, I think I would vibe with it more because I'd make my peace with the lack of gameplay for the good stuff.
I think that's correct. Because there is like a thing. There was one at the beginning where you're a lawnmower. I brought this up last time, so I'll just explain it a little better. Because it happens early in the game, so it doesn't feel too much like a spoiler, Tom. But
there's really no spoiling.
There's two little flowers dancing, and they're kind of like, "Oh, I love you too." And you're mowing the lawn, and you're in the background, and you're getting a little bit closer, and like you go all the way to the left, and then you have to come back to the right, and then back to. But he won't keep going until you push in the other direction, knowing that like very soon you're gonna run these flowers over and kill them. And up front, they're like, you know, oh, it's so nice, and you're just like, all right, time to do it. So that is the level of interaction. It is, you know, it's one button and it's directions and max.
There was one part where it was like, oh, I need to find 5 seagulls. They're literally right there. That's it. And like, you're not even
the people in this town are hopeless.
Yeah. But you're not even taking something from point A to point B most of the time. Like this guy wanted you to find, they call it a spanner. Okay. They wanted you to find a spanner. You find it, right? In a completely different area of where the guy asked you to find it. And I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to carry this back to this guy and I'm going to have to like find a way to finagle my way through the world with this new. No, the guy appears and goes, oh, thanks. Thanks for finding it. That's it. So it's not a game. It's not a game. I'm going to call it now. Okay. It is not a video game. This was not a video game, but it was a great story, great funny jokes, funny little tidbits here and there. That's it. Thank you. Okay. That's really all I got, unless you two got something for me.
Speaking of
Questions.
shows that we are watching, you're saying you're watching Lupin.
Lupin. Stop saying
Lupin.
Lupin. It's Lupin.
Lupin.
And did you listen to the theme song that I sent you?
I did.
Lupin the Third. Oh, Lupin the Third.
Brooke and I have been watching, we're a little over halfway through the new Batman animated show, Batman Cape Crusader on Amazon. I don't feel like I'm being facetious, where this, I think, is actually even an improvement over the 90s cartoon and might be my favorite interpretation of Batman because it pushes the character in some very... Here's what I'm going to describe. Jedi Survivor, Chris. Remember at the end of that...
A game I was thinking about today, like replaying maybe. Honestly, like, Tom, they need to... Sorry, I'm just going to say one thing.
Go for it.
But like, can they just make a like prequel trilogy, original trilogy, and sequel trilogy, each one just a single game where you play through the whole trilogy? Like, give me a fucking action adventure game that you like, let me play. There's never been like a high-end like third-person action game that is just like fucking Star Wars. It's just straight up Star Wars, like the actual movie. Like, how come there should be a modern day fucking let me play as Luke Skywalker, let me play as Rey, let me play as Anakin, let me play as like, just give me those movies, make each trilogy one game.
Saying it is getting me hot and bothered.
Wait, they did do that.
I was playing Lego Star Wars today.
Yeah, so Lego Star Wars is the game. Yeah,
but it's not. It's so good. But I was playing that, and I'm like, I'm playing this to scratch that itch, but really it's making me just want to play Jedi Survivor. But I really don't want to play Jedi Survivor because I want to play this game with that game.
Yeah,
I want to put those games, peanut butter and chocolate, and I want to have that Reese's cup. Right,
I love that. No.
You went with peanut butter and chocolate, not peanut butter and jelly.
Some people are just that way.
Yeah.
Like, it's like having an orange lightsaber or a green lightsaber. But Chris, Jedi Survivor, I've said that Star Wars at its core for a lot of it is the story of the balance of light and dark, and like they're two sides of the same coin, and like if you give into your emotions, like the dark side and all this. That game personified that notion, I think, as one of the best, if not the best way it's been done in Star Wars ever, is how I felt about that game. This does that for Batman, this fucking new show. A lot of Batman things allude to the fact of like, oh, he has his childhood trauma and he became the Batman, and it's, fucked up and all this. But it's really not fucked up. Like, at no point are we like of the mindset of like Bruce Wayne becoming Batman and fighting the Joker. Like, it's not that fucked up. This cartoon makes it really fucked up. To give you an example, we see the Wayne death, right? His parents die.
Oh, classic. Pearl necklace.
We actually don't see the pearl necklace.
Whoa.
They don't show it. I was waiting for it.
Well, it's already not the best Batman because
but we have that, and he gets, and it's the first night of him, like it's flashing back to him as a kid, and it's showing his like first night trying to like go to bed after like the day his parents died, and he's like can't sleep or whatever, and he busts in to not Jarvis, Alfred's room, who's sleeping. He fucking busts the door open, and Alfred's like, what? And like the shadow of the child Bruce is like across him, and it cuts to child Bruce, and he's like, I'm gonna get him. And Alfred's like, gonna get who? He's like, I'm gonna get all of them, and you're gonna help me. And it cuts to Alfred, and he's like, what the fuck? And so it actually is a show that is very much like, it is really fucked up. He is fucked up in the head to do what he does and become Batman. It is
Yeah.
fucked up.
Yeah.
And
Did I have beeped you there? I feel like you kind of gave away like a really strong, powerful, emotional moment in the show.
there's a lot
I
of
feel like
them, though.
maybe I should have beeped you there.
But you can't. I mean, look, I hear what you're saying, Alex, but is it really a spoiler for something that has?
No, but I'm always cautious with Thomas because you don't really know the next words that are going to come out of his mouth.
Well, here's the thing. I was contemplating in my mind telling you because I do think it is a powerful moment. But the show has a ton of moments like that you're spoiled for riches with.
What is this? Is this on Max?
Yeah, I was going to ask, where is this
actually on Amazon Prime, because Max,
with or without commercials?
well, whatever Prime subscription you have.
Well, what do you have?
I have Prime without commercial.
Oh, you give him
Oh,
Bezos.
wow,
Extra,
fancy pants over here.
extra,
I don't have fucking
yeah.
Peacock though. You know, I got no fucking Peacock subscription. I canceled my Max as well. So,
Wow.
yeah,
I'm gonna get that new bundle though, the Disney Plus with Max and Hulu.
How much is that one?
It's like 20 something.
Oh, it's
I think.
okay,
But you get all three. So it's like,
yeah, and it's ad free. Anyway, it's very good, and there's tons of moments like that. The takes on the villains as well,
yeah,
are really unique.
we got Mr. Freeze in this because I like Mr. Freeze.
I don't know. He hasn't showed up
How
yet.
about the Riddler?
No, we haven't seen Riddler. It's
Is Raygun in it?
Ray.
We got Kite Man.
I don't know. She might. Well, Kite Man's getting his own fucking show on Max. But yeah, Max passed on it and they sold it. And someone's review, because it had like 100% on Rotten Tomatoes for a long time. Someone's review was like a rant about how fucking stupid fucking Zaslav was for letting this show go.
Yeah, I mean that guy is.
Yeah.
He also fucked up this season of Hot D by cutting the last 2 episodes and saying it's too expensive. You got to put those in season 3. And so everything they spend all season building up to on this season of House of the Dragon, like it ends in the episode before it should. Like, you know, the next 2 episodes are going to be absolute bangers, and it just stops.
Yep.
Corporations. Fuck that guy.
Corporate dickheads. Am I right?
That guy is the absolute fucking just the worst thing. He sucks.
Yeah. But this Batman show, very good. Worth watching. 25 minutes. And it's like funny because X-Men 97 was phenomenal.
Is it all out?
Yeah, they dropped it all.
Oh, okay,
once.
cool.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
Yep.
Sick.
And what else? We played a little Destiny. We did that mission that we tried.
Oh
ago,
yeah, we played that timed
right,
mission,
yeah.
the time trial mission, where you go inside the Vex. That was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
Yeah, that's true. We did play that. That was good.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was in Montreal last week for a couple of days.
Yeah. How'd you do?
First time. There were parts of it that were really nice and I really liked. And then there was like, it's a weird city because it feels like a 1/3 American city, 1/3 European city, and then 1/3 British, because they have a lot of like British brands and things like that. So I'll see signs for things that I don't see anywhere else. But it's got a lot of like American design to it, like the layout, and obviously when people speak English, like, well, here they have a lot of people have like a Quebec accent, but you know, there's a lot of English around, and then American English, not English, and then like the names, everything is very French. Like there's a lot of French. I was surprised how I knew that it was more French than like Toronto for sure, absolutely, and even Vancouver, but it was like that was the default for a lot of people, and everyone spoke English, but it was like, yeah. And so but there were parts of it that were really nice. I went up to the botanical gardens, Yeah. So it was a good
Alright.
time. I was only there for a couple of days, so I didn't see too much. Oh, the metro. Oh my God, the metro. Just so good. Like it's honestly just ridiculous how shit transit is here in America. Because like literally like 500 miles north of us, they have like the fucking amazing. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely absurd. Um, Fun fact: a lot of construction around. Like everything was like under construction, and I was there to preview a game that I can talk about next week, and the developers we all like had a dinner afterwards, and I made a comment. I was like, "Oh yeah, well this is construction." And one guy was like, "Oh, that's the mafia." I
What?
was like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, it's just like the mafia like invests in projects, and it's like an open secret. Like everyone makes jokes about it that like it's the guy was like down the street. We looked out. They tore up the road, laid down new road, took all the thing away. Within a month, they're back. They tear it up again and they lay it down again.
Did you
And
Google
I was
this at
like,
all?
I didn't Google it at all.
I'm
I
just
was like,
saying it. As much as we'd like to believe that game developers are all have great political positions, this guy could also be like a conspiracy theater like person. He might
true,
love
true.
Twitter, you know, like
Yeah, that's
you
true.
want to be
That's
careful
true.
with whose advice you're listening to.
Potentially.
This guy sounds kind of like a lunatic, but just
Well, I
oh, that's
mean,
just
they
the
were.
mafia. It's an open secret.
I mean, he seemed pretty. He seemed pretty. On
Yeah,
the straight and narrow. He didn't
Maybe
come
he was just
across
trying
as
to
a
impress
weirdo.
you.
yeah.
Impress me?
Yeah, with how much he knows.
No, he was very adamant about how little he knew because he was like, I've lived here for 20 years, and he's like, and my French is shit. He's like, I'm a terrible Montrealer, I think is what they call them.
Mm.
He was like, I didn't acclimate to this culture at all. And he seemed pretty reserved about it. Anyway, but cool little city. I'm really glad I got to go because I've tried to go numerous times,
Mm.
and it's never worked out. So yeah.
Christian, anything?
Been watching
Christian,
Prison Break for the first time.
Jesus Christ.
We're up to the finale, and then I'll just
You've subjected Therese to this as
no,
well?
she had watched it when it was on TV.
Oh, so
She
she's
said,
doing
I
a
didn't watch
rewatch.
any more than the first season because it wasn't any good after that. She was like, but the
Right.
first season was good. You should watch it. And I was like, okay. Because I have her watch stuff all the time. So when she said that, I just put it on. I didn't say it. I was
Right.
like, okay, and just turned it on immediately. You know? And
Okay.
yeah, it's fine.
Mhm.
It's you know, smart TV for stupid people, I guess. It's like how it feels like a show that like
Smart
presents,
TV for
you know,
stupid people.
it's a
Yeah.
show that presents itself as like really thought out and having a lot of like interesting twists, and but it all feels very rote. It all feels very by the numbers. A lot of it doesn't really make sense. There's a lot you really have to like look past. The acting isn't great. A lot of the casting is really poor. However, it's like, oh, I'm gonna watch these guys break out of prison. There's a bunch of like weird characters. There's enough people that are compelling enough, and
Mhm.
the prospect of what the show is compelling enough that I'm like, well, I definitely want to at least see the prison break itself.
Right.
So
It's building up to this one thing.
yeah, we're at the end of the first season, and so we'll see if I continue it or not after.
Okay.
But there's that. I didn't play a ton this week. I was phone banking, so I didn't play a lot during the week, but I did
But you were what?
play phone banking.
What's that?
For Trump and Vance.
No, walls to the balls,
Phone
baby.
banking?
Walls to the
Is that how
balls.
Walls to the balls.
Wait, what is phone banking?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
This guy hasn't done a fucking lifted a fucking finger in like community service in his fucking life.
What are you
He has
talking about? I volunteer twice a year
where?
at Long Island Cares.
What is that?
It's food for the needy.
There we
Packaged
go.
food.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so fuck off, bud.
Well, it's he's just calling
Yeah. Give me hit it again.
It's just call. He's just you know all those calls you get that are like from a random number, and you're like, I'm not fucking picking that up. That's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Calling swing states, baby. So I was doing that.
What's the
because,
vibes? What's the? Can you talk about it?
Did
What
anyone
are
pick
the
up the
vibes?
phone?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, a lot more people pick up the phone than you would think.
Interesting.
It's because I'll tell you what, I never answer the phone. If
Yeah.
I don't know who it is, especially now with the new software where like it'll start typing out like the voicemail, like I'll wait till I see what the message coming through is
Yes.
before I
Yes.
answer it.
Super
But yeah,
helpful.
Mm.
I don't know, it's pretty easy. I've done it this is the third election I've done it for. I did it in 2016,
Yeah,
did it in 2020,
yeah, I
again
did
this
it.
year.
Wait, do you
I did
just
it
do
in
this if you're on a
2016.
court, or you contact the campaign office?
You
and they're
contact
like,
the campaign, and then they have
Alright.
like a thing. You sign up, and then there's literally like a Zoom link where they give you the training, and like you go in and you do to like set up the calls, and you
get
can
paid
just
for
sign
this?
up. No, it's volunteer. You sign up for windows of time. They're like 3
Is
hours at a
anyone
time.
watching you to make sure that you're doing the right thing and not touting Trump fans?
If they had enough people to watch all the people volunteering doing calls, then they would have enough people to do, it's not. Look,
Good point.
I love that.
That's a good point.
He's like, well, we need two sets of staff. We need the watchman and who watches the watchman.
yes. Like
That's like the whole point of that.
Oh, that's so funny.
Oh God.
So
Yeah.
I have a
All
lot
this
of time off
government
because
spending, Tuna. Come on, it's getting out of control.
the shows that I'm working on are dark right now in the summer, so I
God.
have a lot of free time right now. So it's like, well, I may as well do some phone banking throughout
In
the
the
week.
summer. In the summer.
And
Summer.
I've been playing, NES World Championships finished.
Oh,
Thank
that's
you
right.
here,
NES.
and I
Yeah, the
have
NES
not
World
beat Alex's
Champs.
times this week. Alex has
Oh.
this week on lock, which is fine because I locked down last week pretty much, so
Mhm.
I'm all right taking an L on this week.
Yeah, this week we both have the fastest time possible on balloons. I have the fast
Yeah.
time. I think the fastest time possible on Hammer Bro, and then the other three.
Well,
Zelda,
I have that
Kirby.
tied with you.
You didn't say you didn't tell. You didn't tell me.
I think I did. I didn't send it in a picture, but I think I did.
That's a problem.
Well, because by the time I was going to send
pictures.
you an update, you sent me a new picture, so it made my new update irrelevant. So,
well,
Tom's over here worried about his storage or something. So I try not to send too many photos anymore.
Give me a break.
I'm not worried about my storage.
Give me a break with that Kit Kat bar.
But yeah, I was playing Lego. Dude, Alex, you got that Lego Star Wars game, right?
Yeah,
it's really
I haven't
fun.
played it yet.
It's really fun. What
Lego
what's nice?
Star Wars is great.
I just finished the Attack of the Clones.
Mm.
But I forgot because I was like, oh, I'm gonna play it through order. But like part of me was like, God, I really want to get up to at least the originals and then the newer ones.
Right.
But I forgot that you actually can play
out of order.
You can start at the Phantom Menace or New Hope or the Force Awakens. You can start at the first movie in each trilogy, and you can jump between them. So like you can't do any of them in any order you want, but you can do each trilogy from. So I might actually.
This is what you said you wanted.
Yeah, but not in Lego form. I want to play the actual. I want, because the game. It is very, it's made for children that can play. And while it's very funny, and it's fun, I would like to
still the game.
Actually, yeah, I know.
Mm.
So, but yeah, that's basically it. Just watching Prison Break. Gonna go see Aliens tomorrow.
Okay.
Romulus?
Yeah, Romulus.
Twisters is already available
Let
for
me know.
rent, so I might do that soon.
Yeah.
Good film. Good flick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Flick. News?
Yeah, let's fucking get
You got
into
more?
it.
You got more
Let's
stuff?
Let's suck in.
I'm pretty sure.
What if
I'm just gonna make a prediction for later, by the way, because the other thing I played this week, and it's part of why I didn't spend as much time on the weekly challenge, Alex, was for tonight's challenge. I tried doing even better on 1-1, and I just can't. I just can't. I watched 2 episodes of Prison Break last night, and I played it the entire time. Like you can just listen to part of that show, and you get what's going on.
Right, you got it.
No, you got to look at all the
I can't.
tattoos.
I'm at my maximum time in that on that stage, which is
So
I
Tom,
can't wait to get to it. Yep.
yeah. So Tom, I'm going to read a random headline from a random website.
Oh, I love this. I love this.
hell yeah. All right, I'll do the
Ready?
same.
And then
Yep.
you will, and then I want you to explain the headline.
Okay.
September is shaping up to be packed full of pleasant games. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's based on. I think I saw that. Is that a GameSpot story?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that one. I think that was around the Plucky Squire announcement, I believe, is
It
what
was.
spawned that. Yeah.
Yep.
So September 17th, Plucky Squire is coming out. I thought they delayed it into next year. So when I saw that it was coming out the 17th, because actually by the time people listen to this, I think we'll have there'll be a written preview, I think. Someone played it. Yeah, coming out next month. And there's some other stuff, I guess. What are the other games that article mentions?
I'm off it already.
Oh, okay. There we go.
How
So
about
September 17th?
The Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game will be at Gamescom 2024.
It sure will.
Okay.
Is it going to be the VR one? Dude, I can't wait for that Yu-Gi-Oh! VR game.
Oh, the VR is probably going to be amazing.
I got a headline for you.
Are they going to sell the little monkey news?
Oh, the monkeypox? I mean,
Gang of monkeys raid pickup truck for
new
oranges in
monkeys.
macaque-infested town.
Mm.
Isn't that the last time? Isn't that the same story as we did last
No,
time?
last time I talked about the monkey war.
Mm.
Planet of the
How about
Apes.
this one? Splitgate 2.
It turns out Chris is just watching Planet of the Apes and he thinks it's historical. Guys, James
I was actually
Franco
listening.
had a pet chimpanzee.
I was listening to a Stuff You Should Know, and they were doing an episode about Jane Goodall, and during it, they referenced one of the monkey wars.
Stop saying monkey wars.
It's a thing that happened, Tom.
Junkyard Wars. Splitgate 2 plays great, but its new focus on objective-based 4v4 team games may be a turn off.
The way you said that was fucking funny. I completely forgot. Yeah, I played a little Splitgate 2 as well, which I know that you guys are probably interested in.
Yeah.
So actually, that actually goes nicely into how I felt about it, which is that I liked all of the improvements that it made in the new game modes. So, Chris, I know you played quite a bit. I don't know if Tuna did of the first one.
It's so fun. I'm very excited for this game to come to console. Alex is going to love it.
So it's made a bunch of improvements that I see improvements. Some people are skeptical because the first game is very basic. It's pretty much just team deathmatch. And you have a gun, an assault rifle, you have a sidearm, and you're using portals, and it's very basic. This game is adding like factions, so you can pick different suits that do different things. You have perks that you can apply. You have mods you can add to weapons. Movement is different. The way that the portals work is different. The game modes are like, okay, there's capture the hold. The cool thing about that capture the hold mode, because they want it to be really fast, is that you have shared capture. So basically, if you're on Team A and you start capturing the flag and you get it to 50%, like Team B comes in, kills you, and starts capping it, they build off the 50. It doesn't reset. So we had several times we were playing where we were capping the whole thing, and then a team came in, swooped in, killed us, and they got the last second, and it was they got it because they want it to be fast. They don't want people like sitting like this thing where you're at a stalemate over one point. You're not moving around. But I think all of the improvements of the game plays much better than the first one, and I think all of the improvements they made with like, someone was like, oh, they turned it into a hero shooter. And I'm like, it's not that at all. In the alpha, there's 3 different suits. One, it makes you, you can activate it. It gives you you can run. One gives you a shield wall. And the other gives you a time dome that you can throw so that when enemies come in, they slow down. You have basic perks. So I think it's really good. And I think once more people get their hands on it, they're not going to be as concerned.
Okay. Xbox testing big console dashboard change.
They've got a mini dash bar or something like that. I
Okay.
didn't look into this one too much.
No, that's fine. We'll leave it there. King Kong is getting yet another video game, Thomas. Are they? Okay, great.
Yep.
Some Destiny 2 players' names have been changed.
You just make them up at this point.
And then
Wait,
rumor,
was that real or no?
that was real. One of
Okay.
the PS5's best exclusives could be coming to Xbox.
I think I read that headline, but I didn't know what game. What's the game?
Final Fantasy 16.
Oh yeah. Apparently it's ready to go. They're just waiting. I think maybe Xbox will announce it at Gamescom. It's coming to Xbox. Probably.
Oh, bad news for Meta. VR, San Andreas, VR, not good news.
Paused indefinitely, apparently, development.
Yep.
They kind of announced that game and then never said anything about it again, so I'm not surprised.
That sucks.
Yep.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Put it on PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
It would be cool if 6 had a VR mode, although it would probably...
I just hope they have a real first-person mode after they actually made one for the last one.
They will.
Cool.
6 will have a real first-person mode, because
like
Red Dead
real.
2... What do you mean real?
So the first-person mode.
It was like it was real shit in GTA 5. It was real shit.
I don't know how much of an improvement it's going to be.
Terrible, man. It was bad.
It was like really bad. It was very cool for walking around the city and like going to stores, because the scale was like the detail that's actually in that game is astonishing when you are at first person scale. But yeah, it was not something you could really play.
Interesting. Yeah, I tried playing with it and I remember feeling that way, but I was like, I don't think I ever put enough time into it that I knew for sure that it sucked. But yeah, hopefully that would be really fucking nice. That would be cool.
It doesn't have to be great, just make it usable.
It has to be good. It doesn't need to be great, just has to be good.
Yeah, but do you guys have a problem with like how Rockstar games control just in general? Like, how do you feel about how GTA 5 plays?
A little bit.
I do, yeah. It's really annoying, actually.
I really hate the way Red Dead controls. So,
see, there's like, I don't know if it's just that it controls like shit, or it's like,
no, there's massive input delay. There's massive input delay in that game.
Right.
It is like a known, like you press a button and then you can fucking wait and watch for it to happen on screen.
It just feels heavy, like when you're playing.
Yeah, it does feel heavy. Yeah,
like for a game that is about shooting as much as it is about driving.
Yeah,
driving is great. Shooting sucks. Like, actually sucks. Like, it's not like when I think of like a shooting game, GTA does not fall in my top 10 shooting games.
Yeah,
it's just not good.
I tell you this though, you know, we have these moments where we're like, what's happening with Destiny, and we're going to keep playing Destiny. I think the real threat to Destiny is going to be when GTA 6 Online drops. I think we are going to be obsessed.
Oh, I'm going to be in that game.
Oh yeah, we're going to be in that game all the time.
All the time. You guys, you don't understand. I cannot wait to go. I can't wait to go knock over stores with you guys.
It's gonna be great.
It better be good. That online better be good. Please,
this is gonna be fantastic.
Begging you.
It's gonna be during a fantastic time, because when this game comes out, my kid is going to be like in preschool,
27 years
like
old.
We'll be like in preschool or school that's like most hours of the day.
Because you'll be still working from home.
That game's not coming though till probably late next year.
No, that'll line up perfectly.
We're golden. We're golden, baby.
But if you remember, GTA Online didn't come out till 6 months, or it was like 8 months after the game launched. So I'm guessing that we're actually not playing this game online until halfway into 2026. Is my guess. I think we're 2 years away from that game being online.
You think
that's even better then?
You
should be going to kindergarten.
Interesting, because I think the reason it's taken
at least a year and a half.
I think the reason it's taken this long is because I think they're going to try and launch online simultaneously with 6. Or a quick turnaround, like a month. Like, they want people to get the single player
sea
under
legs.
that thing. Yeah, get the sea
Yeah.
legs and then throw you
Maybe.
into online.
Maybe.
In my that to me is the only thing that makes sense, that for the reason that it's taken.
Look, I hope I'm wrong.
12,
I hope
11,
you're
12.
right. I'm
Sure.
setting the expectation myself that I'm not playing this
Fair.
game
No,
online
maybe you
until
should.
2026.
Yeah. Ooh, interesting.
That being said, I'm gonna love playing it single player.
Yeah.
But Tom, there's a game that Alex and I would play with each
I love
other.
GTA
We
so
would just
much,
go
it's
into free
ridiculous.
mode, and it would just be one of us gets in helicopter. The other guy can either take a motorcycle or a car, and they get like a 30-second head start, and then it's a hunt.
Yeah,
It's just a
yeah, that
hunt.
was fun.
Yeah,
There's
we
a
would
lot
just
of fun things a lot of fun games you can make up in there. Just do yourself.
good game. Good game. All right.
All right. Do you have any
Any other
real
important news, or
headlines,
Brooks yelling at him. Oh,
Uh-oh.
he's muted. He's muted.
He's muted.
Brooke's doing this. She's trying to do charades right now, and I don't know what she's fucking trying to tell me. So
Is
I'm
she
just
on
like, can you
season
please-
26 yet of Survivor?
Oh, car keys.
Alex, she's almost on the Cochrane season. It's a
someone-
top 5 season
they
for
have to
me,
be up there.
for sure.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah,
they
no,
want to know what
definitely.
season of Survivor you're on. With Abby
Oh, okay.
and
Is Cochrane on?
the sex therapist, Denise. That's 25. She's on 25.
Oh, okay, she's
still.
on 25. All right, so that's the next one.
We're coming down to the final vote, she's saying.
Oh, sick.
2 episodes. There we go. Do I have any other news? Oh, fucking Hi-Fi Rush developer backup Crafton bought, which is weird that like Microsoft was like, we're gonna shut it down. Like you would think that they would have tried to sell it if that was an opportunity they had. But they sold to Crafton. Crafton is the parent company that makes PUBG, and they got the IP as well. And they said, we're gonna have them make more Hi-Fi Rush stuff. So that's great. Thank Christ we have a little bit of good news in the world of games. Plug Squire got a release date, October 31st for Dragon Age, Veilguard.
So fucking excited for Plucky Squire.
Plug Squire September 17th. It's like 1 month from today or something like that. And then Dragon Age got I think it's on Halloween is its release date. So if you've been looking forward to Dragon Age Veilguard, it's coming end of October. And that can be all the news.
Great.
Listener mail? Or do we not?
I know.
have time?
I'm just looking at the time. I mean, Tom's got a presentation and we have a challenge. I
Oh,
say we
that's
kick the can to
right.
next
Skip
week.
it, skip
I say
it,
we,
skip it.
yeah.
Skip it.
Okay.
Skip it.
Skip it. Skip it.
All right then, Tom. Are you ready to?
Oh.
So Tom lost the NES
Oh, boy,
gauntlet
did I.
that I had set for. That was a 3-game gauntlet. Tom got his ass kicked. So today he is going to be presenting on the Wizard.
Yep.
So Tom, whenever
Thank
you're
you.
ready, feel
I'm
free
bringing
to
up-
take the reins.
I'm bringing up slides.google.com where it lived. You guys can see that?
Yes.
Chris, you good?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
that's great.
Okay, everyone. This is a slide presentation about the movie, the 1989 movie, The Wizard, starring Fred Savage, Bo fucking Bridges, Jeff Bridges' brother, which blew my mind when I saw that. We've got Christian Slater, who fucking crawled out into this movie. I couldn't believe we got Chrissy Slates in there. There's some fucking actors in this movie.
Jenny Lewis?
So Jenny Lewis, who I didn't know, but is
She's a very popular musician these days. She was in
Really?
a band Rilo Kelly for a long time.
interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
well, that's great. So before we get into the meat of this presentation, okay? Before we get into the meat of it, I want to kind of set some parameters for people who don't know about what the Wizard is. Okay? So everyone's on the same page. And then I want to get into the meat of the presentation. So the next slide is... So this movie was made in collaboration between Universal Studios and Nintendo of Japan. Okay? It was Nintendo approved of the script
Wow.
and the use of its games in this movie.
Nice.
As in, they read the script, they knew how the games were going to be showcased in the film, and they said, "Yep, that's fine." And then the reason it even exists at all is because Super Mario Brothers 3 was delayed in the West. It had been in Japan, but it got delayed in the West, and Nintendo was like, "Here's a smart idea."
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's frozen, not us.
Yes, not
Okay.
us.
All right. Yep.
Okay. So to recap, made in collaboration between Universal and Nintendo. Nintendo approved of the script and the use of its games, and it was made because Super Mario Bros. 2 was delayed in the West, and they wanted to make this movie to promote the Nintendo Entertainment System and the Mario Bros. 3. With all that being said, here are all the things in the wizard that make me not want to buy a Nintendo Entertainment.
Oh, wow. Scathing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is this what this whole thing is?
Yeah.
I should have forced them to do something positive. I told them to have fun with it. I should have known.
I am having.
He's having fun with it.
I'm the biggest hater in the world.
He's
all right, let's go.
Fun with it.
Let's go.
Watch the fucking presentation first. Jesus. Here you go.
Well, you're Chris feels attacked because it's like his favorite movie from the 80s.
I can't say anything because we have to get to the end of the presentation.
All right.
I don't want to spoil anything. Oh, right.
I mean,
I'm the one that's getting attacked.
Tom, this is a punishment. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough.
You also then did say fun. Yeah. Okay. Just go. What's next?
Okay.
What's next?
So this is Jimmy. Okay.
Jimmy.
This is the main character, or not the main character, but the core of the movie revolves around Jimmy. This is a young kid, for anyone that doesn't know, and he has some fucking major psychological issues. And that really immediately, I was thrown for a loop. I did not know this movie was gonna do any of the stuff that it did.
Yeah, which he doesn't. I mean, I guess at the end, they're saying that he doesn't have autism.
No, he's cured.
He's cured. Exactly.
He's cured. He doesn't. Yeah. Right. That was confusing because they acted like he was on the spectrum, but then they're like, no, he's just sad about this thing that happened. Because again,
I mean, it could be both things could be true.
Yeah, but he ends up. All right, whatever. Keep going.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
Jimmy.
Okay, we got a lot of slides to get through. So this is Jimmy. He's got some major psychological issues
PTSD
that they tease. But PTSD. But you don't know that in the beginning.
No, you do not.
You don't know it for a long time.
No,
all right, next slide. All right, deadbeat dad number one. All right, Bateman here. Who this guy always plays this character in things, and he is phenomenal as this character. But he is just like, I just thought this movie was going to be really fun, and it very quickly was not, because it was like, this kid they might put him in a mental asylum, and he's got a piece of shit stepfather.
No, they do put him in put him in the home.
At the beginning, he's in like I think they're like testing him at the beginning.
No. I think the way I understood it is he's in this institute, but he's not like it's like a day thing that they take him to.
They wanted to send him away,
but they were like, yeah, he's going in the fucking loony bin, is what the thing. So I don't know what that thing was. We will get to the institute as a whole, but deadbeat dad number one. Deadbeat dad number two. This is not Bo Biden. This is Bo Bridges, Jeff Bridges' brother, who plays. I got very confused quickly. So Jimmy is not his son. Oh no, Jimmy is his son, but he had Fred Savage and Christian Slater with another woman. So like he was. Yeah, okay. So that's true. He's Jimmy's dad, and Fred Savage and Christian Slater are his half brother. I think is correct.
Look at those pens and pencils in his pocket.
Got a pocket protector here. Now, I will say this: Bo Bridges' character not nearly as much of a deadbeat as Bateman, but like clearly like not really helping in this situation. Okay.
Yep.
The Institute. So in the plot of this movie, Jimmy for some reason he just wants to, he keeps saying California. He keeps trying to leave. The reason he's in this institute is because he is always running away and he's building these things and they're gonna throw him away. Fred Savage, very concerned, is like his older half brother, and so he's like, you know how I'm gonna help? I'm gonna help break him out, and I'm gonna help run away. And Fred Savage is able to somehow get into this facility without anyone knowing, just take him out the back door and run away. When you know this kid is a flight risk, you know what I mean? Like, and Fred Savage is able to just sneak him out the back. A lot of convenient things like that in this movie, but this
I
one,
love the backpack, the canteen, and the
yeah,
skateboard.
yeah,
Yeah,
Like
the
also
canteen
flight
is
risk, but give him the skateboard.
yeah. So he breaks him out of this like institute or whatever. Next, okay. Then the parents hire
This fucking
then
guy.
the parents hire a pedophile to find the kids. Okay. Because let me quote you a little line that he has at some point in the movie.
Yeah.
Because they even do a joke about how he's a pedophile later when
and this is the
Jenny
producer's self-insert.
exactly. Um he says um he says oh, at some point, Bo Bridges says to him, he screams out, he says, "You make money off of little kids, you miserable jerk. You ought to be shot." And he is not wrong there.
Correct.
This guy's business is fucked up, and he looks just fucked up, and it's really fucking creepy. And so this, like, just like has bad vibes. All right.
I just love how part of the whole thing is like
Yeah.
he is a private investigator who's trying to find missing kids.
Right.
But he's like, "Oh, parent, you're not allowed to look for that kid."
Yeah, because
Because
I
if you
have to
find
make a
the kid,
paycheck.
yeah,
Yeah.
if you find him first, I don't get paid. So
Yeah,
don't look for
it's
your own
really-
kid.
He
It's
said to
really
don't get in
fun.
my way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
don't get in my
And
way
then
of
they
finding
go
your own
so
child.
far, like they beat the shit out of each other's cars. Like he fucking,
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
it's insane.
It's a wild movie.
It is it is wild. Okay, so what may be wild is that I think I've come to the conclusion that I just don't think Fred Savage is a good child actor.
Sure.
So
Wow.
I haven't seen him in a ton of things, but I've seen him now in his main things, and in none of them. Like when I watch Macaulay Culkin act, he is doing a great job being a
You
kid,
don't think
but
he's
like
acting?
he acting. Fred Savage is, and granted, the script in this movie isn't great. I'm sure that the direction is poor as well. So maybe he's just
I don't
not
know. He
getting
does a lot
to
better than
work
a lot
with.
of the other kids, though.
So, oh well, Jimmy is. I didn't even know what was going on with Jimmy. He seemed like he didn't understand what the fuck was happening, and I don't know if that's because like maybe he did have some issues or not. But like, anyway,
Yeah.
Fred Savage, not great. Oh, these kids get away with murder. They are somehow making it like inch by inch to California. Like they are just like, we're gonna have a scene in this town in Utah, and then we're gonna cut to the next town over in Utah, and we're just gonna be in Utah for forever. And then they bullet train them to California at the very end. But they somehow are just like none of the adults are questioning who these kids' parents are. And then also every time the pedophile bounty hunter goes somewhere and he's like, you see these kids? No one's seen them. No one's saying shit to him ever. So how the fuck is he still on their trail? Like how like
Kids used to
logistic-
have a lot more free reign though than they do
I
today.
know, but
He's right.
but these kids have several interactions with grown-ups,
Yeah,
and
that's
all
true.
of them are just like all of the grown-ups he talks to are just like, I don't know where they are. I don't know. I've never seen these kids. All right. Oh,
Oh, this fucking scene. I
This-
know it's seen.
Oh,
This
here
this
we go.
clip, this clip. I hope you can hear this.
Lucas.
I hope you can hear this.
Yeah.
No,
No.
we can't.
Oh, I gotta fucking hang on. How do I
You didn't
do
share
this?
sound.
More maybe share computer sound. Here we go. You ready?
I know what it is, but yeah. Start over.
I love the power glove. It's so bad.
It's so bad.
When he honestly, this might be. I was like, this has to be a meme, right? I love the power glove. It's so bad.
So bad.
bad. This was my favorite character in the film.
Yeah.
Did you Google this actor?
No, I did not.
Oh, he's not the
Oh,
only pedophile in this movie.
oh. You know what was fucking? So we were talking about Survivor earlier. I was Googling some of the survivors because this season of Survivor has the guy who was in Survivor Australia who fell in the fire in season 2 that Brooke was watched. He's a pedophile. Got busted for child pornography.
The concern to me about him is I worry that something happened to this actor during this film because of who produced this film.
Oh.
Did you not get that information, Tom?
I know. I don't know who.
Okay, so then I'm going to just tell you right now. When this movie ends, Tom, I could not believe it. When this movie ends, the first credit that comes up on screen in the desert is Dan Schneider.
No.
The Nickelodeon pedophile.
Fuck.
It makes me worried that this kid went through something and now is because a few years ago I was like, it'd be a funny costume if I went as Lucas and then I Googled him and then I was like, never mind.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know any of that, but I like this character. And he was right, the Power Glove sucked. But the line, I love the Power Glove.
Yeah, but it looked
so
fucking
bad.
sick. The Power Glove looked so cool.
So, okay, so that's Lucas. Okay. Okay, next slide. These tweens get beaten up by these 3 45-year-old men. Which I thought was unconscionable. Like just showing child abuse from these 3 45 to 55-year-old men. I'm just joking. They hired people clearly in their late 20s to play like teenagers, and it's hard to watch them like beat the shit out of these kids because they fuck up Fred Savage. Like he gets fucked up. So there you go. Okay, and now we hit the fucking core of the movie. Okay, so Jimmy and his brother Fred Savage are traveling with Jenny here, and they're really struggling. Like I said, it's town to town. They basically make it 30 miles from their hometown for most of the movie. And at some point, we learn what's in Jimmy's lunchbox.
And not a euphemism.
No, of course not a euphemism. Jesus Christ.
What are you doing? Jesus.
Yeah, we don't need that after what we just like talked about.
Well, I thought that was the theme of the. All right, go ahead. Keep going.
So his actual
you meant like metaphorically.
Just
unpack his trauma. He literally unpacks his trauma. Anyway, lunchbox opens up. It's got pictures. It turns out Jimmy had a twin sister.
Right, which they never had talked about before.
No, never talked about. No one ever mentions it, despite it being this huge tragic thing. And
maybe
Jimmy,
that's why. Right, yeah.
He would go down. They mentioned like, he doesn't go down to the river. Turns out he was playing by the river with his sister Jenny, and she got swept away, and she fucking drowned.
Twin sister.
But not only did she drown, as Fred Savage puts it, she didn't go downstream at all. She just died in a few feet of water right in front of him. So they add that wrinkle that it's not even like you saw his sister get swept away. It was like, no, she was literally like in a puddle of water in front of him and she drowned right fucking in front of him. And I was like, that is so fucked up. The fact that this kid is like, they're playing this thing of like, it might have made him autistic somehow. Like it was really dark. And yet Nintendo, the name of the company Nintendo, has yet to be mentioned at all. There has been very little other than him stopping at arcades to play some games.
No, the dad and the older brother.
The dad and the older brother also. No, they don't ever say the word Nintendo because we'll get to it, but they always say like this is his video game console. And they don't call it the Nintendo Power Glove, they call it the Power Glove.
Sure.
So the only thing has been like they've mentioned the games like Double Dragon. I think that the Christian Slater had been playing
Ninja Turtles,
TMNT. Christian Slater mentioned Mario or whatever, but there's been very little selling me the Nintendo product, and a lot of like these kids' lives are really fucked up, and it's never getting better. The kids do some gambling. They work with I forget the character's name, but they basically get this gentleman that Jenny or whatever her name is that she knows to gamble, and somehow she knows exactly what to bet on, and he makes all the money. And this is the scene where the pedophile, shows up and he snatches Jimmy, and then she goes, "He touched my breast," and then like the security like shove him out. He's really bad at his job. Like he has several opportunities to like just like snap these kids, and he fumbles it royally every fucking time.
Yep.
All right, here we go. So,
this was great.
This scene is the scene that sells the Nintendo system. It's also 52:52 into the movie, 52 minutes and 52 seconds on the first time Nintendo has spoken. And I just feel like if you're making a movie that is essentially an ad for a company, you should get to that part faster. But so this is the first time it's mentioned. This old man, for some reason, is in the movie, where the guy who's hunting the guy who's hunting for the kids is at the
Look at this image.
they
Look at this.
I'm not I was
He's
blown.
holding
I was
his face, and the way he's holding that picture, his hand is on his junk. This
I'm
guy's
telling
penis.
you. I'm telling you, it's fucked up. So the kids are staying in Reno, Nevada at this hotel. And for people who don't know what they're looking at because they're listening to the podcast. So the kids end up getting to Reno, Nevada, where the guy who's being paid to find them and he's by the pool cabana where like you get towels and stuff, and he's like, "Hey, have you seen these kids?" Woman behind the counter, like every other fucking adult in the movie, hasn't seen the kids, despite the fact that they spend their whole day at the pool. We see the montage of them hanging by the pool. She's making the calls to the Nintendo power line by the pool. They're at the pool all the time, and somehow this woman has not seen them. But the little cherry on top is the fact that there is this really old guy. Basically, if you put Joe Biden in a Speedo, and he is standing right next to the guy, and he kind of turns to him a little bit as if he's going to have a line and say something to him. And I was like, what bit are they about to do with this old man? And then it turns out he's just really old or whatever and didn't know where he was meant to be going. But then the guy who's hunting the kids walks away, and the old guy just turns to the person behind in the cabana and starts having a conversation with her like he's a background actor. And I'm like, why did you put this in the film? Why did you put this in the film that has so many red flags already? It already has so many red flags, and then you were like, no, fuck it. We're gonna put this old man in his Speedo and have him do nothing and stand right next to the main character. The kiss scene, which is we get another deadbeat dad intro because it turns out Jenny, who's been lying the whole time and is like, my dad's really wealthy or whatever. She lives in a trailer park. He's not actually a deadbeat. Her mother is a deadbeat who like took all that, like gambled all their money away. So she's trying to get the money to like save herself.
That's why she knows how to gamble.
There you go.
That fair enough. That's a good point. Although like that doesn't really help you in knowing like specifically like every dice roll, but we'll move on. They have this awkward kiss, which is, I actually trying to find this image. I found this on like the top 10 most cringeworthy movie kisses. I thought this was fine for like kids.
I thought it was fine.
This is how kids kiss. It's cringeworthy. Two 8-year-olds kissing is cringeworthy. Anyway.
Yeah.
So just everything, it's, the vibes are just still off. All right. And then we end the movie with this guy who is the host of Video Game Armageddon. And he is just doing the absolute most. And also somehow a pedophile because he has two lines.
That was weird. That was a weird line.
He goes, come up here, my little beauties.
Yeah,
and then he says, come up here, my little munchkins. Get your little bottoms up here. I swear to God, that's the line.
Dan Schneider, maybe.
Yeah.
And then he does this thing. Another one is like he has the it's Lucas is in the final three, Jimmy's in the final three, and a random third girl is in the final three with pigtails. And he goes up behind her. He goes up behind Lucas. He's like, first we have Lucas. Next we have
Oh, Alex, he froze for you too?
Sandra. And then he's like trying to find Jimmy
Oh,
or
you
whatever.
froze for me.
Oh
You,
no.
you didn't freeze for me.
Oh God.
Oh, my internet connection is unstable. It said first, you said first we have Lucas, and then it just stopped.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. So he says, first we have Lucas, and then he goes behind the girl, the random girl, and he like wiggles her pigtails and goes, and then we have beautiful Cassandra. And then he's trying to find Jimmy. So I don't know
Yeah.
who
Yeah.
who after everything was like, you know what, we need more fucking creeps and weirdos in this fucking
Sure.
film.
Yeah.
Dan Schneider.
So those are all of the things in the movie that make me like think about all of this stuff and not Nintendo or Super Mario Brothers 3. But
Video Armageddon is the
Yeah.
inspiration for the weekly challenges.
it's and now I'll put there are two things I really actually genuinely liked about this movie. One, the soundtrack is banging.
Oh,
Music,
yeah.
music is good. The montages are all really good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a sucker for a good montage. This movie has them. Secondly, um, the other thing was Video Armageddon was very cool, and the stage was cool, and the way that it like
Mm-hmm.
displayed that was all very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Now a little bonus fact here.
Is that
There he
fucking
is.
what's his name?
It
Yep.
is. It's Toby Maguire.
Cade
No
Onder.
way.
Cade Onda, a young Cade Onda. That is young Toby Maguire. I found this in my research when I was looking up for images, and I kept seeing
Whoa.
when I kept searching the wizard, Toby Maguire kept coming up, and I was like, did they remake it with him or something? No, he's in the movie. He plays. He's very young here. He's like 10 years old, maybe, and he's one
Mm-hmm.
of like Lucas's like
He
backup.
could have played Jimmy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could have done. He could have. He could have. He's got this long hair. But yeah, so Tobey Maguire's in the film, which was kind of mind blowing.
Yeah.
But all that being said,
Ah, here we go.
still a better movie than Borderlands by a country mile.
Uh,
Just for clarification, The Wizard is not a
No.
certified fresh Rotten
No,
Tomatoes.
it's
It has a
not.
27%. But I tell you this right now, you put a gun to my head and you ask me if I want to watch one of these movies, I am saying The Wizard every fucking time.
oh yeah.
So in all seriousness, I at no point was I hating the movie.
Okay.
I was never like, oh, I hate that I have to keep watching it. It is a bad film. And but I was entertained in a weird way. Like I was engaged enough with it, and it entertained me enough. And I just like as I wrapped it up, I just thought about it. I was like, like Borderlands literally has no entertainment value at all. And so I was like, I would if
Yeah.
someone asked me right now, I'd put the fucking wizard on. But yeah, not it was honestly exactly what I thought it would be, except for the fact that I had all this shit in it that I thought it'd be
Except,
way more of an ad.
except that it's like weirdly dark.
Yeah, it's really weirdly dark. But in
Yeah.
terms of like, if you just like had that cast and that storyline, but made
Mhm.
it not dark, like the kid just wants to like compete, he wants to prove himself and compete in the championships. That's what I
Right.
thought it was gonna be. Was like he just wants to get away because the end of the movie is like it turns out he's associating California with this time they went to California, went to the Dino Park, and that's
I love
where
how they get to that dino park and none of them remember it.
none of them
They're
remember
like,
that it's a thing.
yeah.
Yeah, he's like, oh, he has a picture of us, and they're like it should be a
Oh, yeah, we
core.
were here.
Yeah, like it's
Because it's just like a
ridiculous.
rest stop.
No, I
It's a
thought it was like a
dinosaur
little
now.
theme park thing. I thought it
No,
was like a little
it's
like
no,
dino
I've
theme
been.
No,
park.
it's one of those like
There's a gas station.
Oh, okay. It's a gas
Yeah.
station. Gotcha. Yeah, so it's got the dinosaurs. So that's how the movie ends. Is like for some reason, yeah, because again, like it's like he's a savant, right? Like he can play these video games no problem. He is the wizard. Like literally, they wanted to make the pinball wizard, but like a video game adaptation was their pitch to Nintendo. It was like a pinball wizard for kids, except for the fact that like this is as dark, if not darker than Tommy, which is already like that's the weird thing. They wanted to take Tommy, which for people that don't know is the Who musical that they made Pinball Wizard for, and it's dark, and it's about like this deaf, dumb, and blind kid who could play pinball. And they were like, let's make that for kids. But they took out none of the dark stuff. They just made it way more juvenile. But it's still really fucked up. But
all right.
there you go. So there you go. That's
Thanks,
the
Tom.
wizard. That's the whiz.
All right.
Stop sharing.
Did Brooke watch it with you?
No.
Oh,
I
that's
watched
too bad.
it on the plane to Montreal.
That's too bad.
Yeah. It was the perfect length too. Like I literally booted it up as we were taking off, and then as we were landing, it was wrapping up. It is breezy, and that's the thing is like it doesn't lag. I thought all of the like little moments were good and like or like passable.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that happens.
All right, so for this week's Nintendo, well, this week's championship weekly bullshit thing that we did a challenge. It's picked by me. It's picked by me. We're doing World 1-1 in Super Mario Brothers. Fastest to touch the flagpole is going to win.
Yeah.
And the loser is going to be doing a presentation. So Chris has that ready to go.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Let's do it. If you didn't get an S rank, you're fucked.
All right, so this is going to be over very quickly.
It's going to be over very quick. Here we go.
I'll lower the sound. It's probably going to be obnoxious. Yeah. I'm on the left, Alex in the middle, Tom on the right. Oh my god.
No way.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Okay.
That's a tie for our listeners.
So that's
that
a
was
tie.
a tie.
Yes. That was a 21-16 that Chris and I both got.
Alex, I had this time like the day after you did this. You remember we all played video games and we were online the next day, and I was like, oh, I did it already. And you guys were like, you did it? I was like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to beat my time. This is my time. This is the time I had. Yep. I have tried to beat it. You can get 0.04 of a second quicker. You can get 0.15, 0.14, 0.13, 0.12, and 1.1. That is the lowest you can get. The only way to do it is to do what's called backwards acceleration.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, I saw
where you have to jump backwards at the exact frame that it starts. And if you start with a backwards jump, you actually accelerate forwards faster, and you will gain up to 4 frames of speed. That's it. I tried it. I must have put at least 3 or 4 hours into pulling that off, and I never did it. I never did it. If I did do it, then it was a run where I made a mistake. And then at that point, I was like, I give up. I give up.
And that was my... So I knew I was going to lose this because I was like, I have to hit S. I was doing everything I could to just get an S score. But the problem is like one mistake doesn't get you close enough. No. And so I ran it a bunch of times, and it would be like a lot of times like making a fumble in the beginning. Sometimes it would be on those last steps. And I just ran out of time. Like I was like, I just want to get an S. I know I'm probably not going to win anyway, but I just want to get S because I know I'm within spitting distance of a fucking S rank. And I just couldn't get it down enough to not make a mistake. That being said, though, I did appreciate it for what, I do not vibe with these. Like, I really struggle to play these kinds of games. Like, throwing
the retro
myself,
games are tougher for Tom.
I struggle, but it does make me appreciate them because I'm like, wow, this is technically like so precise. It's very impressive how they were able to make this game back then. And I totally understand why people think like this game, like all the, Mario Bros. 1, 3, and World are like all potentially the best game ever made because like from an actual technical standpoint, they're like unbelievable. So
Yep.
I was surprised how I felt because I was so fucking frustrated, but I was like, you know, I kudos to anyone that can like fucking like work with this level of finesse.
Yep. So the tiebreaker, because
Yeah.
Chris and I tied, is going to be
Mm.
I'm going to let Chris, because I had this idea. You can pick any challenge in the game. Not a long one, though. I'm not sitting here for 5 minutes playing.
Oh, I just assumed we would run the same stage.
If you want to run the stage again,
I assume we would run the same stage.
no, I was going to let you pick any stage except like a long one. We were going to play it right now, and we were going to just do the first try.
I
And
like
that was
that.
it. I'm not a big
like
fan
that.
of doing 1-1 just because I haven't played it since I got 2116 and I stopped playing, and you've been playing. So I was thinking that it could
I
be
mean, whose fault is that?
well, I was thinking it could be a challenge. I was actually thinking it could be a challenge that neither one of us have played, period. Like, is there anything on here that you have not played? Like, there
I
are
mean,
plenty of challenges in here that I've not played, that I haven't even tried. So that was the idea. But if you want to kibosh that and do something else, it's up to you. So
I mean, it's tough. It feels like it should have been. It should be 1-1,
I
but
mean, look, if you
now
want to do no, we can do 1-1. I'll do 1-1. I'll do 1-1. It's fine. If you want to do 1-1, I'll do 1-1. We'll do it right now.
all right. Should we point our cameras down at our
I
screens?
mean, you're not gonna be able to see it. I'll just kind of talk
I just
while I
trust.
do it.
I just trust both of you.
Yeah, because it's
Okay.
gonna be 20. It's gonna be 30
Yeah.
seconds. Like, you're not gonna be able to do anything else. I'm ready to go.
You fixed it now so that you actually play on the large size, right? You're not looking at the double screen.
Hold on, let me see. No, I'm still doing it. It's fine. I don't mind
You're
doing double
sure?
screens. Yeah.
It only takes you 2 seconds to fix it.
All right. How do I do it?
Just back out, go to settings, and then speed run PB replay, turn off. It's the bottom
Hide.
right. It's
I see
hide.
it.
There you go.
All right. All right. 1-1.
Fuck.
Here we go.
All right, hold on. I'm gonna move the mic out of my way. All
I
right,
gotta
Tom,
do like my stupid way that I gotta do this.
Tom, you call it. You do the countdown, and when Tom says go, we'll hit start. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
All right.
Go
I'm gonna do 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. Hold on.
someone
Hold
go.
on.
All right.
Okay. All right. All right.
This isn't good.
All right. Okay.
Got both ready.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, the time's gonna be there anyway. So
Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
fuck. I already fucked up.
Oh fuck! I fucked up. Now it's whose fuck up is worse.
Yeah. Oh, I really fucked up.
Oh.
Oh, I just botched.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
I'm done.
I fucked up like 3 times right at the end.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my score is 25.
Oh,
30.
thank God. 23-78.
Fuck me.
Wow, Tuna.
I actually hit a Goomba and died, so I had to be pushed
You
back.
died? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, getting hit
Yeah.
with that rewind.
Yeah, the
Getting hit with
rewind
that
sucks.
rewind.
I got hit with the rewind.
Man, this puts me at 1-2. I haven't lost a round since Warzone.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope Tom's got
Tom,
something cooking.
you got a good challenge? What do you got?
Puts me at 8 points. I'm now double what Tuna's got.
Tom?
Yes, I have a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
There is a game on the iPhone.
Oh,
Okay.
back to the
Ooh,
iPhone.
back to the iPhone games. Okay.
I thought it was easy, accessible.
Sure.
There
Fruit Ninja was hilarious to do.
Yeah.
we have, if you search in the App Store, there's
Mhm.
a game called Manic Marble.
Manic Marble.
Is this
One,
like
two,
Marble
three, or
Madness?
four?
I downloaded 4.
4. Okay.
Yeah, it's free.
Oh,
Okay.
it's like
Marble Madness or whatever.
and what's that one with the monkey? Super Monkey
Super
Ball.
Monkey Ball. Yeah. I was thinking of doing Super Monkey Ball, but
Oh,
you
Tom
would
just
have
went.
to.
Okay.
Hello.
You're back,
He
you're
didn't go
back.
for me.
Christ. I was thinking of doing Super Monkey Ball, but I was like, I don't. I know you guys would have bought it, but I was like, let's see if there's a quick free alternative. So it's called Manic Marble 4. It's completely free to play.
Oh
There's
my
no
god.
So it is you boot it up, you go to the left, there's level 1. You just like ramp onto it and like start level 1. Fastest time on level 1.
And what do we? It's just like our course. Oh my god.
What do you mean? Yeah,
Okay.
it's a course and it's
I
the
got it.
fastest time.
Yeah.
He's
So
playing.
it's
He's
just fastest time. Oh, sorry.
I'm already.
I was
No,
already
I'm playing
no,
it too.
Tuna's playing it as
I'm
well.
playing it too.
We're both
I
playing
like
it.
forgot we were
playing it.
doing the show at this point. I'm just playing
Yeah.
the fucking game.
No, yeah, it's
Jesus.
it is yeah, fastest time on level 1 on Manic Marble 4.
Is this like a game that you've? Oh, there's a turbo button.
No, I haven't. I played it to make sure it was all good and like
Yeah.
we could do a challenge on it and it was easy
Oh my
and
god. How the
accessible.
fuck do you turn? The fuck?
You gotta turn like this, not like that, like this, sideways.
Oh, like this?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, I gotta recalibrate. All right, that's our show.
Yeah. The Tuna's gonna be playing this in bed. So there you go, Manic Marble 4, and it is level 1.
The goal is 80. Oh my god. I have to recalibrate.
Are you guys good to move on to the next thing? We still have a thing to do.
All right, so Tom, you've got a another punishment coming up.
I know.
You better get good at this fucking marble game.
I know. This is one I used to play. One on the. I like these kinds of games, so I feel like I have a shot at it. Yeah.
All right. Well, look, we got more challenges ahead, more podcasts coming at you, a lot more to do. Lads Weekend getting closer by the week, boys.
I got
Until
something
then,
to say about that.
damn right.
So yeah.
Suck
What do you
it.
got to say?